So normally I don't put up any instructional videos or reference guides or anything like that on video games. Most of my videos are just playing games, hanging out, all that kind of stuff. Right now I'm taking a break. I'm so hooked on Expedition 33, but I had to take a break. It was really sucking me in. So I decided to update all of my Fusion Girl. So I decided to update all of my Fusion Girl conversions. I know there's a lot of people out there that are wary of getting started doing conversions, or you try and you run into problems and stuff like that, especially with gloves and things with cloth physics. Now, even I struggled with that for a long time, and it wasn't until recently I finally figured it out. A lot of my updates now, recently, over the last few days as of the posting of this video, I've fixed the cloth physics and gloves and things of that nature, so they all work right. So there's no unusual tearing or funky fingers when you wear gloves, because I know people run into that problem. So this is going to be a quick tutorial of how I do my conversions, and it'll save you a lot of time and steps, because I think there's still many people out there that try and tug and stretch and increase or decrease meshes or stuff like that with the tools in Bodyslide. Well, I can tell you there is no need for any of that. And part of this I learned from Rafaelitis, the creator of the Fortaleza armors. I was in the middle of doing the first conversion of his Fortaleza 2 armor, and I was running into some problems, so I went to them for some help. And some of these tips and tricks come from Rafaelitis, and they are invaluable. So we're going to get started. So you got an outfit or a set of outfits that you want to convert, whether you post it on to Fusion Girl. I'm going to say for Fusion Girl, but these principles should work. However, if you're going to use, convert vanilla to CBBE or some other outfit from vanilla to CBBE or Wonder Body or whatever the other body mods are there, I'm very partial to Fusion Girl. I love that body mod. And a long time ago, there wasn't hardly any conversions at all when I first started using Fusion Girls, and I kept waiting and waiting and waiting. So finally, I just, there wasn't that many. So finally, I just decided to start learning how to do conversions. And what I'm about to show you is stuff that I've learned over the past probably 4 years maybe, that I've been doing conversions. Maybe 5 years now. But anyway, it's a combination of stuff I've learned and I've taught myself. And this is going to make it easier for you, and it'll eliminate a lot of steps that you may be trying to do. So first, you got an outfit. Of course, you got Bodyslide open here, and you got an outfit that you want to convert. But oh, wait a minute, this body has cloth physics on it, and you know it, or you find out during the conversion it has cloth physics. So I'm going to pull up, you go to the outfit studio, you're going to load project. Now right now I'm in the middle of fixing and tweaking my 2024 update from Ellie's Armoring Compendium. Awesome mod. But I made a conversion, and some of the stuff I didn't know how to do even then. And this was just last year. And I figured it out. There's a good guide on there. Good guide. I'll post a guide in the description of the video. But there's a good guide there that will help, even though it's a little outdated, it will still help you. But I'm in the middle of updating my Ellie's Armoring Compendium Fusion Girl conversion. And I had updated it when she updated with some new outfits and fixed a bunch of her stuff in hers. Well, I got in a hurry, and some of the stuff I couldn't, some of the stuff I really didn't know how to do, figure it out until I started experimenting and really going over Graph's guide. But anyway, so you got to outfit. You're going to go to the slider sets when you open that. When you open the file here and you want to load project, and it'll bring you to slider sets. And we're working with an outfit from Ellie's Armoring Companion. That's her OSP, and she is awesome because she puts everything under one OSP. All of her outfits. You see down through here, I've been working on other stuff. Now, Rafaelitas, I love his mods, but you see everything has its own OSP, and I'm going to show you how to make your own OSP where you can have everything under one OSP as well while we're doing this. I've already got the OSP started, but I'll still explain it to you. But anyway, so here's the original Ellie's Armor Companion. You want to open that up and you'll see all the outfits. And I've already done a bunch of these, but we are on the Minutemen Duster. This one here, that's the one I'm on now. I still got all these to go through and fix because there's various texture problems and mesh problems and cloth physics problems and stuff. So I'm going through each and every outfit, seeing which ones I need to fix. But anyway, this one is the Minutemen Duster. So we're going to pull it up here. We're going to load it up. Okay, the first thing I want you to notice is that there is a reference body. That's what there is in green. And I'll explain what we're going to do with that in a minute. So you want to go to bones. Any outfit you pull up, if you don't know if there's any special bones, like finger bones or special bones, this trick works with finger bones as well. Even though it's not physics, it works with finger bones as well, what I'm about to show you. So you can apply what I'm doing here if you're trying to convert gloves, and in the skeleton, the bone area we're about to go to, it has finger bones. But anyway, so you're looking here at the meshes, you see all this stuff. You want to go to the bones tab. You're not sure if it has any special bones like cloth physics or anything like that. So you're going to scroll down. You see all this green stuff. Don't worry about that. What you're looking for is anything that says cloth. Right here. So we have a bunch of cloth. So before you do anything, the first thing you're going to do is export to NIF, and then you're going to name it. I was already getting started on it, but that's okay. I have it in the wrong folder, so I keep my exports in the regular Bodyslide folder. You see all the ones I've already worked on. So I already named it Duster, but you want to export the NIF, save it. This box comes up. You want to check that. Click OK. And there's a reason why you want to check that. There's two ways of doing this, and I'll explain it to you as we go. Okay, so now you got your NIF created with all your special bones. You got to save those bone weights. You got to, because we're going to use them later. So now you got your CBBE reference body here. Now, some outfits you may do don't have a reference body, and it's fine. I'll see if I can find one that doesn't have a reference body, and I'll show you what to do with it. So it's got a reference body. So you want to right click and duplicate this reference body. And this is what I got mine named, Fusion Girl, and D for duplicate. Hit OK. And you're going to see it down here. So now we're ready to start the conversion. So you want to go to File, Load Reference. You want to find your CBBE to Fusion Girl, because she did it. She also did it in vanilla, but I'm using her CBBE one. But this will work even if if you're converting from vanilla to Fusion Girl, whatever body mod you're using. So you want to do CBBE to Fusion Girl. Hit OK, and you'll see all that disappear. And don't worry about any clipping whatsoever, and I'll explain that as we go too. So before you do anything else, you want to go to the slider tab, conform all. You don't have to hit that slider there. Slider tab, conform all, and it's going to go through. Some outfits takes a few extra minutes. Now you want to click this, turn on edit mode for this slider. You want to turn that on. You see it purple, highlighted 100%. And now you want to set base shape. So when that is done, you'll want to go to load reference and pick whatever body you're using, not convert, but whatever body you're using. I'm going to go with the nude version. Don't worry, we're not going to see any nudeness here, but we're going to go with the nude version. And then there we go. So you see all that right there. So now that duplicate you made, you want to click on it, hit your shift, and then click on all of those. Now, from experience, I know there is going to be unweighted stuff in here. So you get that message that something is unweighted. There's going to be something you have to do, but I do it right up front. So you get this with all this stuff. If you get that, you got unweighted vertices, error, I forget what it's called. Here, we'll just show you. So I got all that clicked. So you want to, after you click that, click all those, get them highlighted. Do not highlight your green one, just the white ones. You want to hit shape, copy bone weights, and most times, most outfits, you can leave them at default, but sometimes you're going to have to do this little trick that I'm about to show you. So hit OK, and you see it's going through its thing. All right, then you want to go to slider, conform all, hit OK. And then I'm going to show you the warning you'll get when you go to try and save it. We're not going to save it though. So this is the warning you get. Shirt, Under Armour cloth, bags, they all have unweighted vertices. So click no. So what you want to do now is clear mask while all that stuff is still highlighted. You don't have to do it for each one. I've never had a problem doing it this way. All my outfits are fine doing it this way. But while they're all still highlighted, tool, clear mask. You want to go back to copy bone weights. And some people tell you 7, 10, whatever. Some of the other videos tell you. I go all the way because I don't have any patience to sit there and do 7. Then if it still doesn't work, do 9, then do 10. I just go all the way. And I never have an issue. This one down here, it'd be a very rare occasion you had to adjust that one. But usually it's just that one. Hit OK. And now you want to conform all again. Now if you have nothing else to do with your outfit, now you can save it. We're not going to save it right now though, but now you can save it, and you see there's no warning. And you see this window pop up. So you name You type in your name that you want here, and then click to project. And then when you click to project, it'll take that name that you named it and deposit it here, here, and here. And then, before you save it, you'll want to browse. And my OSP is right here. And that's for, I've got every outfit in that OSP. And then you want to save it. We're not doing that just yet, but I'm just showing this as a reference for you. Okay, so now to name that, so when you hit to project, you see it all switch to Minuteman Duster EAC. So now you want to just change that name, and I'm just going to use Fusion Girl. Whoop. Fusion Girl. LE. I'm not creating a new SP. I'm just doing this as a reference for you. Whoop. If I can type it right. LE EAC. So you want to type that there. And there's your OSP. And then you want to browse here. I guess I should have mentioned before we really got started. You'll want to, in your data, in your shape data folder, you'll want to go ahead and have a folder ready to save your NIFs and everything to. I already have one ready. I use Mod Organizer too, so you just got to pay attention to what you're doing. All right, where you put your folder. So here you got Bodyslide. See, here's Tools, Bodyslide, and I already created the folder, Shape Data. And here's a little trick. You know the name of the folder you create, so click on that Shape Data like that. You'll see all your folders that have all the NIFs and everything in there. But instead of scrolling through, I already named mine and been using it, so it's going to pop right up. And there's LE Armoring Compendium EAC 2025, which I'm still working on this update. And you click on it, and that's where your NIFs will go. That's very important, or else if your NIFs aren't in the right place, then the clothes actually won't show up. But anyway, that's what you do when you're finally ready to save if you have an outfit that doesn't have any special steps like we're about to go through. So we're going to cancel all that. So we already did the mask. We already did the mask. We copied the bone weights. And we conformed all. So now we are ready, and since I know you don't have to put it in NIF scope every time, but I'm going to show you what to do with NIF scope anyway, because sometimes you'll get multiple different things that have these special bones. And how you check is, if you think you want to go over here and you'll see all the special bones, like this is cloth. I already know that this one is going to be the Under Armour right here. You click on the item that you think and they get highlighted in green. All the bones that affect that piece are highlighted in green. So we already saved our NIF. And I already know this is Under Armour, so we are going to go to NIF scope. I'm using Mod Organizer 2. There's a little box that comes up here that locks it. You can click that off so you can open up multiple things in Mod Organizer 2. So I've already got NIF scope pulled up here. I'll launch NIF scope through Mod Organizer 2. Alright, you can go here, open, and then you find your folder. Most of the time after you've already done one, it'll open to the folder that you created. And we want the Minutemen Duster. That's what we're working on. That's the NIF we made. The Minutemen Duster. So we're going to open it and you'll see it pop up over here. So now you want to drop this node down. And so when you know every piece on that outfit that is affected by special bones, cloth or fingers, you only have to change the name of that item. You see all this stuff here. So you don't have to change the name of everything here, only the pieces that you know are affected by the special bones. And in this case, we know it is Under Armour Cloth 1. So what you want to do is highlight that. You want to click on that. You want to come down here to the bottom part and where it says strings, usually at the very top, you want to edit strings. And the only thing we're doing here is changing the name. We have to change the name or else you won't be able to load this NIF to get those cloth bones in there. So we're going to change the name. You can name it whatever you want. And in our case, we're going to, we put a semicolon, 01X. So it'll be real easy to find. Hit OK. Then you want to save that NIF. And then you can leave there. You pull your conversion back up. Now here's where it starts getting tricky, a little tricky. So now we don't want to take anything away from, and see we have our duplicate body here. What it does when we duplicate that body at first, like we did before, when you duplicate that body, that reference body, you do not, when you're done, you do not have to touch any of these sliders, because if they have zaps or anything like that, it'll duplicate those zaps as well. So you don't have to create zaps. You don't, the outfit is perfectly conformed to the body, set at 0 sliders. And I'll show you that when we load it back up. But after when we check a couple of things. So, but anyway, so that's what that duplicate does. You always, when there's a reference body, you always want to make a duplicate, and it's going to save you a ton of time. Okay, but anyway, so we got the NIF ready, NIF scope. So we want to load reference again, and you're going to see some stuff happen, but do not worry. Do not worry about it. Don't panic or anything like that. So you want to bring up, you're going to load reference, and you want to load from file. You'll want to load your NIF, and you're going to see this drop up pop down here. Now for every item that has special bones, you're going to have to do this in the outfit for each item that has special bones. And in our case, there's only one item. If you load up an item that that you don't need in here by accident, you have to start over because it screws up everything. It screws up textures and all kinds of stuff. So pay special attention that you don't accidentally load up something that you don't need. So we know the name of the piece we need is the Under Armour cloth, and we just named it in NIF scope 01X. Hit OK. Alright, so here's your 01X. Highlighted in green. That is now your reference. Your Fusion Girl body reference disappeared, but do not worry. We're going to put it back there in a minute. So what I do to help me make sure I'm getting the right stuff is I click on click on your reference that you just loaded, that NIF you just loaded for your special bones. You do not need anything other than the cloth bones, the special bones. So scroll down to where your cloth or your special bones are, because this works for fingers with gloves too. And if they're all in a row, sometimes they'll be scattered through here, so you got to pay attention. That's why I like to scroll through and make sure there isn't any scattered in here, and there isn't in this case. So you scroll down here, you highlight, click the first one, then shift click the last one. Now you want to go back to the meshes tab, find your, like this is the Under Armour cloth, so you want to find the corresponding one. Click on that, highlight it and click it. Then you want to right click, copy selected weights. Do not just copy bone weights, this is important. Copy selected weights. And that'll pop up, just hit OK. So when you've done that, you'll want to load your body reference again. This time we are doing Fusion Girl Nude. Alright. You do not have to do anything else from here but save it. So we went through partially what we're going to do when we save it. So now we're going to save project as. And this is my naming convention, and if you've got any of my mods, any of my outfit conversions, to me this makes them much easier to find. But anyway, so we're going to save it, Fusion Girl. Oop, I want that capitalized. You'll want to try and do the same thing every time, because if you don't, it'll be screwed up in your OSP, it'll be screwed up in your shape data folder and all that. So you want to do your naming the same way, like little things like denoting it's Fusion Girl and all that stuff. If you've got spaces or dashes or whatever, you'll want to do it on every outfit that you convert. That way they're just easy to find. So we know this Fusion Girl. The rest of that I'm leaving the same. Ellie's Armor and Compendium or EAC Minuteman Duster. Hit to project like I showed you a while ago. Now you see it's all down here. So now we're going to browse. We are going to go to the OSP I created. Fusion Girl EAC 2025. Save. And now we're going to do this. We are going to leave alone. We don't need to touch this one down here. The shape data folder. This is where you got to be sure you get it in the right folder. Shape data. This is all in Bodyslide. You see shape data, slide of category, slide groups, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you shape data. We're going to search for the name of my folder for this update. And you see Fusion Girl Ellie's Armor and Compendium EAC 2025. Open that, select that folder. Okay, so you made a duplicate. Remember when we first started, we made a duplicate. You do not need the reference anymore because you just duplicated everything that the original body had and formed it to Fusion Girl. If you forget and leave that reference in there, you're going to get clipping. You're going to have a double body. So you'll want to remove that. Check that off. You don't want to copy the reference shape into the output. And hit save. You're going to see this box come up again. Now I'm unclear if you have to check this before you go check yours. But I do anyway. And it hasn't done anything detrimental. Hit OK. Okay, so now we're going to go check. You see all the stuff here. And now we're going to load up my OSP here. And you see all the ones that I've completed doing this check and update and fixing and stuff like that. You see the Minuteman Duster. We're going to open. Alright, you see now my Fusion Girl one is the one highlighted. My Fusion Girl duplicate. So if you wanted to check your save and see, make sure you set everything where it's supposed to go. There is the OSP. There is the folder that I put my update in, and you can just close out of that. Don't save it. Alright, so now we got this here. Now I'm going to show you stuff. Alright, so we're going to slide some of these. Now remember, there's a body in there, so we're going to slide some of these. And you'll see why you do not need to mess with the sliders at all. So there's a big old belly. See it going back and forth? There's no clipping. None. Alright, we got boobs huge. Alright. See, no clipping. We're going to go full size on the boobs here. Boobs huge, boobs big. Where's the melons? Boobs melons. There is absolutely no clipping. Of course, people well, there's some right there. But you know what? If people are going to use those extreme sizes in their presets, they can go into Bodyslide themselves and fix the clipping. What little clipping there would be. Alright, so you want to make sure those are all set back to 0. Anything you adjust over here, you want to set back to 0. Because if you do not, when you save it, it'll save that adjustment to your file. So make sure everything is set to 0. No matter what you do, make sure all that is set to 0. And then you can save your project. And there you see now the cloth physics is coming from this model here, the one we just created. And what that'll do, it eliminates tearing, weird physics things that clothes do. If it's not done right. So stay tuned. I'm going to take a little break and then we'll continue this tutorial on outfit. We'll pick one that does not have any special bones or cloth physics. Okay, so after a brief pause, I picked one a little further down the list on Ellie's. This one does not have any special bones whatsoever. None. So this is going to be a very nice, easy conversion with very few steps that you'll have to do. So if you remember earlier in the tutorial, earlier in this video, I said, you want to duplicate the green reference body. It's got to be green. So you want to duplicate. And that's what I use for my duplicated. Alright. So now you want to load your reference, which is CBBE, the Fusion Girl in this case. So you go through its thing. Remember not to touch anything over here. You'll want to go to slider drop down, conform all. If I have discovered that if you highlight that and make that 100% to conform all, it creates problems with clipping and so on and so forth. So when you're conforming, do not ever have this at 100%. So now that you conformed it, now you want to hit the 100%. Get that slider to 100%, and then set base shape. So now you're ready. Load reference. Gosh, this is so quick. So much easier than, some old-fashioned way, or trying to push, pull, drag, whatever, meshes and textures and all kinds of crap, making it look like crap with texture stretches. But this is so much easier. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So you put your girl in, or your body in. This will work with male models too. In this case, Fusion Girl Nude is what is going to be our body here. Alright, so now you got all this. You want to be sure that's all highlighted. And just to save time, so I don't have to sit there and keep going back and forth, I go ahead and clear mask. Copy bone weights, and I'd go ahead and max that stuff out, because I know her shirts in this, none of them have weighted vertices. So I end up having to go 7, 8, 10, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, so we copied the bone weights. You want to conform all. Now we want to save it. And that is my naming convention for all my mods here. To project, find your OSP. Find your shape data folder. Now you're all set. Do not forget to unclick or to uncheck this. Do not check this, because I'll say it again, if you don't uncheck this, you'll end up with 2 bodies on your conversion, and you'll have to go back in and fix that shit later. So uncheck it and double check these if you want. Sometimes I get in a hurry and I end up having to move shit around and fix it. But double check those if you want, and then hit save. And then if you want to check it, we'll show you again. I'm not going to load into the game showing any of this, because I know they'll work. I 100% positive they'll work. Or I should say I'm very confident they'll work. But load project, you want to check your... Well, if you want to check and be sure there's no major clipping, messing around with the sliders and stuff. So I pick a few. There's one down here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This is one, the Tiger Sand. No clipping. Where's the one? There it is, body fat. There you go. No clipping. And I didn't have to do anything with these sliders. I didn't have to create zaps. Nothing. All because I duplicated that body at the beginning. Alright, so since there's no cloth physics or here or anything on this outfit, we don't really have to save it. And I'm going to move on to the next one and in this video. Anyway, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I hope that helped you out. Hope it encouraged you maybe to do some conversions of your own. There are some out there where the mod creators will not allow you to upload any conversions, but you can convert it for your own use. So hopefully this helps. I put a link in the video description to a guide, written guide. It's a little outdated, but a lot of the principles are still the same. But I just wanted to show this. This is what I come up with from what Rafaelitas, from the creator of Fortalezas, shared with me, and what I learned through that guide and over the last 4 to 5 years of doing conversions. I'm trying to update all of them. Some of my conversions were pretty old. They had all my old mistakes in them, so I'm trying to update them for 2025 and get those mistakes out of there. But anyway, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Be good to yourself. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you next video.